Hey, what's up? Glad you're back here with me for the latest Cowboys update. So, I know we promised more minicamp news, but today we're switching gears a little. Instead of just practice highlights, we've got some fresh info on 5 players the Cowboys worked out recently, plus some news about the joint practice sessions coming up with the Los Angeles Rams. Stick around because this stuff is pretty interesting. First off, quick shout out. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We're so close to hitting 14,000 subscribers, and your support really helps us keep bringing you the best Cowboys content. Also, if you like this video, smash that like button to help us out in the months like battle. All right, joint practices. The Cowboys will be facing the Rams in joint sessions again on August 5th in Oxnard. This is kind of becoming a tradition now. The Rams keep coming back to practice with the Cowboys before the season. I think it's a great way to get the team sharp, and it gives us a chance to see some real competition in training camp. It's not official if it'll be 1 or 2 practice days yet, but ESPN's Todd Archer broke the news. Definitely something to look forward to. Now, the big news. 5 players got workouts with the Cowboys. Among them, George Fant and Perrion Winfrey are the names that stand out. The others are a couple of defensive tackles and some journeyman corners, guys like Jerry Jacobs and Robert Rell. I'll break down each player for you soon, but first, I want to ask, how many of these guys do you think will actually make the team? Drop a number in the comments, 0 to 5, and let's see what you think. So, stay with me, because next up, we're diving deep into Perrion Winfrey's background and what he could bring to the Cowboys' defensive line. You don't want to miss it. All right, now let's talk about Perrion Winfrey. If you don't know him, he's a defensive tackle who's been bouncing around the league a bit, but definitely has some serious potential. The Cowboys working him out caught a lot of people's attention, and honestly, it makes sense why. Winfrey is known for his quickness off the snap and his ability to disrupt plays in the backfield. He's not the biggest defensive tackle, around 6'2" and 310 pounds. But what he lacks in size, he makes up for with explosiveness and a relentless motor. That kind of energy is exactly what the Cowboys could use to boost their defensive line depth. He was originally drafted by the Cleveland Browns in the 5th round back in 2021, but he didn't stick there long and has been looking for the right fit since. His college tape from Oklahoma shows flashes of dominance, stuff like winning one-on-one battles and penetrating offensive lines. The Cowboys might be seeing that same raw talent and thinking he's worth a shot. What's interesting here is how the Cowboys like to develop players who have good athletic traits but need some polish. That fits Winfrey's profile perfectly. If he can get better with technique and consistency, he could be a valuable rotational piece. Plus, with the Cowboys' defensive front already competitive, Winfrey would have a chance to learn and grow without the pressure to start immediately. Before we move on, I want to hear from you. Have you seen Perrion Winfrey play before? What's your take on his chances to make this roster? Vote in the poll or leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'm curious to see if you think he's a sleeper pick or just another workout guy. Coming up next, we'll break down George Fant and what he brings to the Cowboys' offense. You're going to want to hear this. Now, let's shift gears and talk about George Fant. You might know him as a versatile offensive lineman who's been around the league for a while. The Cowboys bringing him in for a workout signals they're looking to add some depth and experience up front, which is always smart. Fant's unique because he's played multiple positions on the offensive line: tackle, guard, even some tight end earlier in his career. That flexibility is huge, especially when injuries hit during the season. At around 6'6" and 315 pounds, he has the size you want in a lineman, plus athleticism that helps him move well in space. What stands out about Fant is his physicality combined with experience. He's played in a ton of games, and that kind of veteran presence can be valuable in the locker room and on the field. The Cowboys could use a guy like this to help protect the quarterback better and open up running lanes. One thing to watch, though, is consistency. Fant has had some good games, but also stretches where he struggled, especially against quicker defenders. That's likely why he's still looking for a permanent home. But with the Cowboys coaching staff, there's always a chance to get the best out of a player like him. So here's a question for you. Do you think George Fant can be a reliable backup or even compete for a starting spot if needed? Or is he just a camp body? Drop your thoughts in the comments or vote in the poll up top. Coming next, we'll break down the Cowboys' second and third day draft picks and what those players bring to the table. You won't want to miss it. All right, now let's dive into the Cowboys' picks from the second and third days of the draft. These rounds are where teams really build depth and find those hidden gems who can turn into solid contributors. The Cowboys focused on a few specific needs here, and it's worth breaking down how these players fit. First up, Donovan Ezeruaku, a pass rusher with serious potential. He's known for his quick first step and relentless motor, traits that the Cowboys desperately want to add to their defense. If he can develop, he might become a key piece in putting pressure on opposing quarterbacks. Ezeruaku's speed off the edge is a big plus, and his ability to disrupt plays makes him a great fit in a system that values aggressive defense. Then there's Shavon Revel, an offensive lineman who brings toughness and versatility. The Cowboys value players who can fill multiple roles on the line, and Revel fits that mold. His strength in the run game and steady technique in pass protection give him a solid foundation to build on at the pro level. He might not be a starter day one, but with some coaching, he could become a reliable backup or even challenge for a starting job down the line. Both picks reflect the Cowboys' strategy of balancing immediate needs with long-term potential. Adding players who can contribute on special teams early while developing into more impactful roles is exactly what smart teams do in these middle rounds. What's your take? Which of these guys do you think has the best chance to make an impact this season? Or do you think the Cowboys missed any key players they should have targeted? Let me know by voting in the poll or dropping your thoughts in the comments. Coming up, next, we'll explore some potential targets for the Cowboys on the third day of the draft, focusing on players who might slip through the cracks but still bring value. Stay tuned. Now let's talk about the third day of the draft, rounds 4 through 7. This is where teams really get creative, hunting for value and those hidden gems who can surprise everyone. The Cowboys know this well, and they always look to add players who might not have the flashiest college stats, but have the tools to grow into important roles. One of the key focuses on the third day is finding depth at skill positions like wide receiver and running back, plus special teams contributors. The Cowboys have a knack for identifying players with upside who can excel in specific roles. For example, speedsters who might not be polished route runners yet, but can stretch the field and change the game on special teams. On the defensive side, the Cowboys often look for versatile linebackers or defensive backs who can step in and fill multiple roles. Flexibility is king here because injuries happen, and having guys who can adapt is critical. These later picks might start on the practice squad or special teams, but can move up quickly if they show they belong. It's also worth noting how the Cowboys draft for character and football IQ in these rounds. Coaches want players who work hard, absorb coaching, and bring the right attitude. Sometimes that's what separates the late-round success stories from the rest. So here's a question for you. Which position do you think the Cowboys should prioritize on the third day? And what traits would you want to see in those late-round picks? Cast your vote in the poll and share your thoughts below. I want to hear your take. In the next chapter, we'll break down how these draft picks fit into the Cowboys' current roster and what challenges lie ahead for them to make the team. Don't miss it.